3 shocking things men need to fall in love. In this video, you will discover the rather unexpected aspects or qualities that need to be present for men to truly fall for you. If you're ready to attract that right man for you, then pop into the comment section. I am ready. I am Antia, founder and creator of the Magnetize Your Man method. And look, this is the channel where we magnetize your man so that the man you want, desires, and pursues you forever. Now, if you like anything about what I share, my background, what I wear, do me a favor, give it a like, and also don't forget to push that subscribe button as well, and also the bell so you get notified for more juicy videos coming your way. And lastly, don't forget to share it with a girlfriend or two. So let's go ahead and dive right into the 3 things men need to fall in love. Now, number 1 is trust, right? And it's trust actually on 3 different levels. It's trust to self, right? So they need to actually trust themselves that they're making a good decision, right? That they can trust themselves, that it's going to turn out well. You know what I mean? So that it's safe, okay? And so that's like number 1, because in the last stage of when man falls in love, he will actually see, is he emotionally here? Is he emotionally there or not? And that has a lot to do with trust, right? Because if you're emotionally unavailable, if the man is emotionally unavailable, that means he doesn't trust, right? Attachment styles have a lot to do with how much trust have we developed to get our needs met by our environment. Of course, in the beginning, the primary caregiver, but then also the environment, right? And so he has to trust that his needs are being met, right? So that love is safe. This is super, super important. He also has to trust you, right? That you have the right intentions, right? That you're not going to break his heart, right? That you're not going to emasculate him. And finally, he needs to trust almost like something bigger than himself, because when we encounter the true fear of intimacy that we all have at some level, right, where we're basically saying, wait a minute, so if I merge completely with the person and we become one and I lose myself, I potentially could lose my identity, then who's driving the ship? Who's driving the car? Who's flying the plane, right? And this has to be a higher power. This has to be God, right? So there has to be a higher power and God in the picture, like the trust to that as well, so that the relationship doesn't become codependent. Now, number 2 is attraction. And you like saying, hello, duh, of course, attraction. There has to be polarity, so he has to actually feel needed, right? He has to feel like he wants to pursue you. You are in your feminine. He's in his masculine. The reason why I say that is because women that come to me give me qualities and traits that they're looking for in a man that you can find in a masculine man. So if you want to have a masculine man, you have to relax more into your feminine, right? You have to heal your stories, your limiting beliefs around receiving, right? Receiving attention, receiving even like money too, right? Like investing, when I invest in you, give you a gift, invite you to a nice restaurant, right? Take you out, take you on vacation. So all of that, right? Like, and also compliments, right? Like to really, when somebody says, oh, you are really gorgeous. All you're going to do is say thank you, and you take a deep breath in. Even though you want to say, oh, you're handsome too, or, oh, no, I just, no, really, you don't have to do that. And just kind of like push it away. So it's really about like how much capacity do you have inside of yourself to receive that attention, right? So that's about attraction. That's about polarity. He has to be sexually attracted to you because like that's part of the wild man. So the man has different archetypes, meaning energies inside of himself. And so one energy is the wild man. And the wild man also happens to be the most primitive, and it also happens to be the deepest of all of them, right? It's been the one that's existing the longest inside of the man, right? Like on the planet, so to say. So it's really crazy to say like a man is going to fall in love when he's not attracted to you, when he's not sexually attracted to you. So you have to obviously also speak to his wild man as well, right? And like that, of course, takes you healing your wild woman, because you're like, well, how the heck am I doing that on here, right? And it's like, okay, well, how do you feel like around your sexuality, or around like you having sex appeal, right? Or your man making you a compliment, or like, being even like just like being in your feminine, energy. It hasn't even have anything to do with what you wear, and not even what you say, but it's the energy that's receptive, right? Like how safe do you feel with that? All right. And then lastly, what I find is like just really, really important is authenticity. Okay. Because the men, again, this goes a little bit back to trust. But what I found when I started dating my husband, what really helped him to fall in love was me being honest and authentic with him. It's actually for two reasons. For one, he can actually see that he can trust me when I have power. So in this particular incident or example, I actually, had the power, so to say. I could have emasculated him. I could have made him wrong. I think he just forgot to put the dishes in the sink, or put the dishes from the sink in the dishwasher, something like that. And I could have just said something demeaning, something mean, something emasculating, right? But I didn't, because I wanted to create this air of authenticity. So what I did instead is I actually told him how I was thinking about manipulating him, how a part of me wanted to manipulate him, how part of me wanted to guilt trip him. Right? So that does two things. For one, it creates a tremendous amount of trust and foundation for the relationship to grow, right? But also it causes a state shift inside of the man. Look, we do everything because we want to experience a state shift. We watch TV because we want to experience a state shift. We eat a certain kind of food, right? Maybe our favorite ice cream, because we want to experience a state shift. Now we even exercise because we want to experience a state shift. So guess what? When you are authentic, what the man then experiences is a state shift. And he's going to associate positively that state shift to you. Now, this is, of course, a for sure key for him to fall in love with you, because he will always say, oh, what else can I expect? Who else is this woman? What else does she have in store? And so he knows, wow, he's really in for a life full of surprises, right? Through unpredictability, and he will never take you for granted. Now, if you want to learn a 30-second trick on how to make any man desire you, then hop on over to triggerhisdesire.com, or simply click that link in the description below. And if you haven't done so already, if you haven't watched it, When a Man Deeply Loves You, he will start saying these 5 things. Lots of love, ladies. I'll talk to you later.